Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fit and healthy. So, dear students, now we are going to study next chapter, that is biological classification. So, the first topic is five kingdom system of classification. This five kingdom system of classification, it was given by a American taxonomist named as Robert H. Whitaker. So he has given the five kingdom system of classification, and he has divided the living world into five kingdoms, that is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So according to Robert H. Whitaker, the organisms, they are of two types, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So under prokaryotic, he has kept the kingdom, that is kingdom Monera, which included all the prokaryotic organisms. And the prokaryotic organisms, they lack definite nucleus, and their nucleic material, it is not enclosed by a nuclear membrane. Then the another organism was eukaryotic, and eukaryotic organisms, they have definite nucleus. Their genetic material is bounded by nuclear envelope. So again, these eukaryotic organisms, they were divided further into two types, that is unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means their body is made up of only one cell, and multicellular means their body is made up of many cells. So under unicellular, the kingdom named is Protista, and under multicellular there is further another division on the basis of presence and absence of cell wall. So if an organism is having cell wall, and it is again divided into further two types, that is phototrophic. Under this he has kept the kingdom Plantae, and heterotrophic, and under this he has kept the kingdom Fungi. Then another group is on the basis of absence of cell wall. So under this he has kept the kingdom Animalia. So let us see what are the details of this five kingdom system of classification. So the first kingdom is kingdom Monera, and it includes all the prokaryotes. And these prokaryotic organisms, they lack definite nucleus, and they also have a cell wall, and their cell wall, it is made up of peptidoglycan. But prokaryotes, they lack membrane bound cell organelles. And kingdom Monera, it includes eubacteria and archaebacteria. So eubacteria, also known as true bacteria, and archaebacteria are those bacteria which survive under extreme conditions. They are also known as extremophiles. These prokaryotic organisms, they do not have chloroplast, mitochondria, and they have cellular level of organization, means their body is made up of only one cell. And further, the mode of nutrition, it may be autotrophic and heterotrophic. And the nervous system, it is absent in prokaryotes. So the next kingdom is known as kingdom Protista, and here it also consists of single cell, that is unicellular organisms, but they are eukaryotic, means they have proper well defined nucleus, and their cell wall, it is made up of cellulose, and they also have chloroplast, mitochondria, but they're again having the cellular level of organization only. And their mode of nutrition may be phototrophic and heterotrophic. Then the third kingdom is kingdom Fungi. They are the multicellular decomposers, means their body is made up of number of cells, and they are decomposers. They feed on dead and decaying matter. But the mode of nutrition here is heterotrophic, and they may be saprophytes, that they may be feeding on dead and decaying matter, or they may be parasites, that is they may be living inside or outside the body of living organism, or you can say host. And their body is made up of fine thread-like structure known as hyphae, and their network of hyphae it is known as mycelium. Their cell wall it is made up of chitin, and they have a reserve food in the form of glycogen. So this is about the kingdom fungi, some of the general features of kingdom fungi. Next we study here about the fourth kingdom, that is kingdom plantae. So kingdom plantae it includes all the plants. They are multicellular photosynthetic plants, and they are producers, means they are preparing their own food by themselves. And you know plants they have a special feature that you have studied in your lower class, that is the process of photosynthesis. So another important and the main characteristic feature of plant cell is that they have a large vacuole which is made up of cellulose. Then you should know they also have well defined nucleus, and chloroplast it is present, mitochondria is present, and in them tissue level is absent. Their body is multicellular, means their body is made up of many cells. And nervous system you know it is absent in plants. So this is about kingdom plantae. Next if we study the fifth kingdom, it is kingdom animalia, and they are multicellular consumers, and they are also known as metazoa. And you know in animals like human beings we don't have chlorophyll, and we show holozoic mode of nutrition, that is we ingest the food, digest it, then after that we absorb the food. So there is holozoic mode of nutrition, and the systems, that is organ systems such as nervous system it is present. Now let us study the next topic, that is under kingdom Monera, that is about classification of bacteria according to its shape. So a bacteria can be classified as coccus shaped if it is oval or spherical in shape, and bacilli if it is rod in shape, spirali if it is coiled, and vibrio if it is comma like. So this is the classification of bacteria on the basis of shape. If spherical shaped bacteria it is found singly, then it will be referred to as micrococcus, diplococcus when it will be in pair, and so on. Similarly, bacilli if they will be found in pair, then it will be referred to as diplobacilli, or in chain, for that we will add the term streptobacillus. Then the next topic is classification of bacteria on the basis of mode of respiration. So on the basis of this there are four types of bacteria, that is obligate aerobes, means these bacteria they will die without oxygen, so they are known as obligate aerobes. Next one, facultative aerobe. So these bacteria they usually thrive without oxygen, but they can survive with oxygen too. So facultative aerobe, these bacteria usually thrive without oxygen, but they can survive with oxygen also. Then the third type of bacteria according to the mode of respiration is obligate anaerobes. So obligate anaerobes they respire only anaerobically, means oxygen is poisonous for them. If there is presence of oxygen they will be killed, they get killed under aerobic conditions. Then the next one is facultative anaerobes. So these bacteria respire generally aerobically, means they generally use oxygen for their survival, but they can survive under anaerobic condition also. If oxygen becomes deficient, then they can switch over to anaerobic mode of respiration. So these are the four types of bacteria according to their mode of respiration. So, this is all for today. Take care, everyone.